What is going on? Ah, fuck. What is going on, guys? Looks like we got some consistency now. The old Dr. Nathan over there, somewhere. Just come had a play with the machine, and it is considerably better. Last night was a success. Alright, so Nathan's just heading off now. After giving me a hand with the welder. The settings weren't too far off, hertz and stuff were a little bit finicky. Everything's set up. Got this last little bad boy here. So last night, kind of fitted this together and realised this is the only room for error that I got. I don't have too many of these left, don't want to go buy more. So I don't burn massive holes in it, so I kind of gave up a little bit there and decided to clean up and just calm the fuck down. And then this morning, this all fits up. So I'm going to finish welding this, run the beads, and that unit's done. Give it a good scrub down and polish up. And that is the cooler piping done. We got clearance both ways. Steering wise, might have to make a bit of a stop or something there, or not give a fuck. That works too. And that is all the cooler piping done. So this one as well, firmly in there. Probably have to grab a couple more of these clamps and done. Next, after that, going to try and get to this bad boy in there. You can kind of see it, the split in the, yeah, there you go, right there. I need to get a tack on there. I need to weld this together somehow. So that is like a donut gasket that I don't have, and it's the last part for the whole exhaust. Don't have it, so I'm going to try and get in there and get a tack or two on there. Bring it off, I'll take it off, weld it. There's a straight section under there, so probably about there, obviously on the pipe. Cut that, cut another section out, and I've got a spare V-band floating around. So the problem is the exhaust sits on here like this, like a big C. So with that split gasket there, I can drop the manifold, drop the front off the flange and pull the whole lot off. Whereas what I'm planning to do is to weld this section here. With that welded, she's not going anywhere. I won't be able to service it, won't be able to take it off or anything. So either wait for the gasket, which it's been 2-3 weeks already, or put on a shiny V-band, and well, that's my options. Going with the V-band, and at the same time I'm going to drop the oil and flat disc the dash fitting on here and weld it to this plate, because you can see it's in the old leaky boy and it's not ideal. Ironically, that's how this really all started, is it had a small leak, which was from this little cover here, and you can see I got some Honda Bond in there, sealed. Whole case is actually sealed in Honda Bond now, doesn't leak. And then kind of escalated from, can I fit a turbo? Can I fit a fuel pressure rig? Can I do this? Can I do that? And here we are today. But yeah, that's next. We'll weld that up, wrap the exhaust, wrap the intercooler piping and DEI reflective heat tape. Need to trim the fenders to fit, because it's got all this stuff that sits here, which you can see that one down there has a little bit of a notch out of it. That one's got the exhaust kind of cut out of it as well, and that still fits even with the big tube there. Top vent will need to be chopped up to fit the radiator. That whole bracket there, blow-off valve and stuff, is probably going to hang out of the side of the bike, which is not the worst thing in the world. And then start her up, get a good tune into her, see if the AM wants to play ball, and yeah, figure it all out from there. Been a few hours, oh, maybe two hours, but got this bad boy done. Runs up all the way up. Oh, blow-off valve and shit sitting in place. So there was going to be silicon coupler there, but I thought I'd eliminate that Just ran an extra small section and I got rid of that. One less thing to let go or fail. So it still has 2 clamps on both ends, or 2 silicone joiners to, gives it a bit of flex. Need to get clamps, obviously. Clamps for this bad boy too. And that's that. That is the intercooler. Done and dusted. Clamps on. Done. Finished. So now, more drips. We need to get back here. The next thing on the old to-do list, this bad boy. And you can see it in there. And that is pretty small, but there's like a small donut that goes in there and kind of seals this whole thing off. I don't have it. It hasn't shown up, and I'm impatient. So I think what I'm going to do is weld this bastard together. Might actually be able to get this clamp off. I'm going to drop the whole exhaust. That's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take the whole exhaust off. Just doesn't look right without a turbo. So I've got this bad boy on the bench. You can see there's only 1 bolt holding the wastegate. Also, what I worked out or found out is once wastegate gets to a certain point, it's actually not retracting. So that's an issue. Not exactly it's a bad issue, but it's not the worst. It's not like the gate's stuck closed. So this means if it gets to a certain point of pushing boost and opens all the way up, opens that flap all the way, it'll be stuck open, i.e. making no or very little boost. Not ideal, because I want all of it. So I'm going to fiddle around, try and work out, I think this is steel, try and work out what I can do with this. So I'm going to have to maybe cut off this bracket, make up a new one, and try to mount it so this closes by itself. But we'll get into it, see how we go. Got the gate off, cut down, cleaned up this section here, got some bar stock, and just weld her up. Chuck a couple of welds up there, bend this to suit that little plate that we cut up and kind of smoothed out earlier. Beads run both sides, not so much on that side, trying to keep a bit of temperature away from the old diaphragm there. Bead, we'll run over here, and I'll work out how that goes. Bend it up, clean all this paint, clean up the steel obviously, and bring the whole turbo over to the bench over there. Chuck a couple of tacks, take it off, final weld it, mint, done. All set up, so vice grips, hold it in, tested it. There's a little bit, need to make a bit of a gap under here, just for I don't know, aesthetics I guess. Probably end up chucking this under there just to give it a bit of space. Weld all the way across up there and both sides, and that means I still have serviceability of access to both these bolts, this one here and that one down there, because if I weld this bar on the other side it's going to limit that. Also going to limit access to this little bad boy over here. Yeah, just going to weld her all up. And we are done. So ended up moving the bracket further around, just curving it a bit to get it where it is now. Now I need to find the clip for this, and the whole lot's done. I've gone over all the bolts, made sure they're all tight, checked it for any leaks or anything like that, gave it a quick clean. Turbo hot side done. I'm going to actually polish it as well. Probably get this onto the exhaust and maybe the intercooler piping as well. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'll do a bit of the intercooler piping and see if that comes up alright polished. And yeah, that's just where I'm at. got the manifold off now. Just gonna see if the gasket arrives next week. There's still a little bit to do on the bike to completely get it ready, so I'm gonna do that, all the wiring and all that crap. And then I'm gonna go see if it's arrived, because it was sent to an old address as well, so not entirely sure. Anyway, gotta wait for the gasket, but that means this has, well, I can't see any leaks, which is good. So got some heat wrap, gonna wrap it up, try and manage some temperatures up under the bike, and yeah. Done, not even close. So I finished wrapping all this, done it in one length from this side all the way up and all the way back. Alright, so that's the exhaust done, wrapped, finished. That's actually all I'm going to do tonight. Going to have an early one. So that's done. Essentially just need to wait for this gasket now. I guess while I do that, I will tackle the dash fitting on the sump that's leaking. I think I'm going to take the nylon washers out, flat disc the fitting itself, and then just weld it straight to the bottom of the oil pan. It is an aluminium oil pan, so I think that should be fine. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.